know that they were Easter eggs outside of Call of Duty maps. So today, we're going to be exploring out of bounds of some of the most iconic maps in every Call of Duty with the goal of finding some hidden things that you've never seen before. Let's dive in. Well, we are starting this off in World at War, and we are going to be going on the map Asylum. Now, obviously, by the way, how did these games load so quick? It is the craziest thing. I know they're not as intense graphic wise, but still. And obviously, a lot of you know this map from the zombies, from the multiplayer. Now, the area we want to be is actually going to be over here. Now, if you didn't watch the first video where I went 100% out of bounds, Call of Duty has like hidden things in this game where if you like spectate and you'll just hear random stuff. So we're going to get into the spectator mode, and I think we got to get up. We need to get through here. I think we should be good. You go up top here. Get up there. Okay, so now we're in an area now where, listen to the music. Open your ears a little bit, guys. Now, obviously, this is out of bounds when you're playing the multiplayer, the zombies, but listen up. As you get into this room, a piano, almost like a 60s piano on a record player is playing. And to show you that I'm not like making this up, I'm gonna go away. And then it fades. As you get closer. Now it's only about a minute long. You can sit here and check it. But here's the cool thing. Call of Duty just recently kind of acknowledged that this was a thing. I don't know if this was before or not, but there is actually a song that you can listen to on Spotify, YouTube Music, stuff like that. This actually has a name. It's called Asylum Waltz. I love this game, man. Now, next up, we are on to Modern Warfare 2, and this isn't anything crazy, but it actually made me think a little bit maybe that this game might have been in another Call of Duty. Maybe they had a plan for another COD. Now, obviously, we are in Karachi. That is extremely loud in my ears, but we are back on Karachi, and we need to obviously spectate and go into spectator mode. Now, once you get into spectator mode, you can obviously go around and float around and have some fun, but where we want to go is, again, outside of the map here. And I want you to look at this building for a second. Does that remind you of anything? Well, it should remind you of a COD 4 map. This might jog your memory a little bit. This might jog your memory. This little staircase, yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is backlot from COD 4. The little turret sits right here. Now, honestly, this map really only has this half of backlot on it. It's just the building itself. Now, the reason I said maybe this was planned for COD 4 was maybe they had this layout of Karachi and maybe they were thinking about posting it in COD 4 before, but just didn't make the cut, didn't have a finished product. There is no evidence to back that up, but this kind of makes me think that maybe it was there. But hey, if you ever wanted to look at backlot from a third-person perspective and kind of explore that, now they don't have like the, I guess they do have the basement area a little bit, but not a ton. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty one-to-one, man, but I still think it's cool. Now, there is cranes. I was going to visit one of these cranes. I just want to see something. Wait, is this backlot again? Wait a second. Is this backlot part 2? Backlot is back. So we got 2 versions of backlot in the background. Okay. I just wanted to look at these cranes. They must have been in love with cranes in this game because there's so many of them in like the background of these games, but it's just a normal crane, guys, and you can't really go up it. There's no ladder to climb it, guys. So it is what it is. But 2 backlots in Karachi. Who knew? All right, guys, moving right along to Black Ops 1. We are on plutonium here because last time, if you remember, we couldn't get past like a little boundary. So we have the ability now to add a little command in this, if I can get my keyboard to work, and I can type in no clip. Now, when I do that, it will allow me to spectate, and then there will be no spot to stop. Okay, so we actually loaded into a dev map. That's how it allows you to do this. So obviously our last version, we showcased that you can go here and see this person outside of the map, and obviously that's the view from the end screen of Nuketown. So now with no clip, ladies and gentlemen, we now have the ability to actually come all the way out here, which we did not have before. So it kind of puts you in a little barrier and you're kind of stuck. Well, no more, ladies and gentlemen. So now we can see the nuke in Black Ops 1 in all its glory. Here it is, folks. I don't know how to control keyboard and mouse. I am doing this on keyboard and mouse, so bear with me, guys. But here you go. Look at that. And you got the double rainbow in the background. You got the shed down there. Now, the shed doesn't really have anything on it, but I think this is going to be another cool thing that I'm going to show you here in a second. The shed down there obviously is nothing to write home about. We have a little roadway, which I never noticed before, that leads directly to, I guess, exiting this plant or this area where we test. But now we're going to go ahead over all the way over yonder. We're going to get to these buildings out here. I think these are really cool. Now, this building right in front of us looks to be like a normal office building, something simple. Now, we're going to go inside of it. There's really, I'm going to be honest with you, spoiler alert, there's really nothing inside of this. So, kind of boring. And another office building or a little trailer, there ain't nothing in there either. Kind of boring as well. But this is what I think is really cool. This little building where you're like, oh, it's just a concrete slab of thing. But look what you look at. Look what you get to when you get inside. You got the mannequins out here looking at Nuketown in the distance to see the test and how it goes off. Now, it ain't much, but I think it's pretty cool. I never knew that this existed in Black Ops 1 till I did the no clip. It's just so cool, man. These little Easter eggs are just awesome. They really are. Well, Modern Warfare 3, and we are headed to lockdown. Now, honestly, I feel like this is one that a lot of people do know. By the way, somebody hacked my account in Modern Warfare 3, and all my classes are what's up, LOL. I guess I appreciate it. I'm not sure. Did they give me extra bullet damage? Okay, anyway, sorry. We are going to obviously go into spectator mode, and when you spawn in, you are actually going to want to work backwards. So you want to go over this way. Once you get to this area, a couple of these windows right here are actually able to be... Is this it? Might be the top one. Is this it? Is this it? Can you get into this one? Which one can you get into? Hold on. I'm supposed to be instructing you guys how to do this. Yeah. So it's a teddy bear with 2 gold desert eagles. Now, this is a pretty well-known Easter egg. I feel like a lot of people have at least seen this image. Now, a funny thing was, I just discovered by going through all the windows, there's actually another one that I didn't know existed prior to today. So there are 2 teddy bears with 2... Does this have 1 or 2 desert eagles? I don't know. I can't tell. He might have 2. So the rumor is, and I feel like this has been disproven. Let me know in the comments down below if it is. Apparently, one of the developers, I think their daughter had died while he was making this game, and the teddy bear was kind of like a memorial to his daughter. Now, I feel like it's been disproven, but I could be wrong. I just love little Easter eggs inside of maps that aren't, like, you can't get to them, in the normal game. So, yeah, teddy bear with 2 desert eagles. It should be a beautiful sight, but it's kind of scary. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are on Black Ops 2, and I cannot tell you how long it took me to figure this out. I have downloaded a Black Ops 2 mod. I'm going to put the owner of this mod in the description of this video, so shout out to him. He helped me download it. It was actually not that complicated, but he I'm a little bit of an idiot when it comes to this thing. So here we go. You're gonna have to bear with me. So this Easter egg is actually inside of the first mission in the story. So first we got to load in, and I have the directions right here to my right, so just bear with me here. Now, what we're gonna do first is we got to let all this go here, but we are gonna bring up the mod menu, obviously, and we're gonna do no clip to start, and then we're gonna type in skip to no underscore game, bada bing, and then one more, map restart. This is gonna restart the entire thing. So now we should have a blank level. And now I just need to turn on no clip one more time. And as you can see, we are in the map. We are in the campaign map. Just nothing. Well, I mean, we got a soldier right here that's just hanging out. But so as you can see, obviously this is going to be like, we're in the campaign mission. Obviously we would have been doing all this kind of stuff, and you have like the soldiers charging you with machetes. But where we want to be at is a little bit farther out here in the map. As you can see, we can get all the way out here and we can keep on a movie. You got the mortars flying in, the mortars. But where we want to be is right here, ladies and gentlemen. And it might be something that you see on your screen and you might start to recognize it. And that, my friends, is a Lion King Easter egg in the Black Ops 2 first mission. That is Pride Rock, ladies and gentlemen. And that is just so obvious. Now, obviously they can't put actual Simba and all that stuff here, but as you can tell, that is a character on top of Pride Rock. And honestly, the map kind of looks like it. It looks like Lion King now that you see what the, look at this. I don't think that's the right lyrics, but again, I'll put it in the description. You can join the Discord and figure out how to do it if you want to do it. There's probably other stuff to explore, but BO2 is honestly one of the coolest ones that I've ever seen in my entire life. Well, now we move on to Call of Duty Ghosts. After I took about 18 hours to get the BO2 one. We are on the map Fog. Now this one's kind of cool because I do want to show you a couple things with this. Number one, there are a few things inside of the map that you can get to that I think are pretty cool, but there's one that's outside of it, which is why we're doing the video that we're doing. Obviously, actually, so as soon as we spawn in, it's actually right in front of us. So this is a well that I believe, now let me make sure I get the movie right. I think it was in The Ring. So it's a very similar setup to The Ring. And then inside this shed is another callback to another Hollywood movie. And I can't remember what the name of it is. So somebody put it in the comments down below. Probably should have prepared the notes a little better, but it is what it is. And then there's a bunch of horror films and shows and stuff that have trailers that look exactly like this. So you could probably take your pick. So there's an old school 70s 80s vibe to this map. Now what you guys are really looking for is what is outside of the map. And now let me, I got twisted around now. Where the heck are we? We need to go back to where we were. We need to go back. Okay, where are we? Hold on a second. Oh wow, look at that. We can get out here. Now this truck is based around, I'm just kidding. I don't know what that truck's based around. I was going to try to make something up and I totally forgot. So like I said, we spawned pretty much in like this area. And if you go through this fence, you're going to be staring at a boat. Now, some of you guys that are a little younger that follow me, maybe even that are my age, this comes from a movie called Jaws. Now, you probably have heard that movie at least. This is like a one-to-one replica. So like I said, it's just kind of calling back to a lot of these old school movies. I think Jaws was what, like 1979 or something like that. So I kind of want to explore around this water real quick. But yeah, if you put a one-to-one picture up of this boat versus Jaws, you can see where they got the inspiration. So I think, dude, Ghosts had a lot of awesome DLC. It's the unfortunate thing that this game had some of the worst launch maps of all time because their DLC some of the best, but I think a lot of people would quit by then. So yeah, kind of like a Hollywood, and obviously I think Michael Myers is the one that's on this map too. So it's got that theme that you can kind of unlock. Hold on a second, guys. Wow. Alligator AI. We are so back. Wait, where'd it go? All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, this one's going to be kind of quick. We are in Advanced Warfare, and we're actually going to continue the bonus map theme here, and we're going to go on Skyrise. Now, if you don't know what Skyrise is, you might know in about 3 seconds, guys. Listen, Skyrise. Come on, work with me here, guys. It's not a trick question. That's supposed to be like a like a helicopter. You get it? It's high rise, guys. You get it? But this one isn't anything crazy, but I do think it's a nice little callback to the OG MW2. Isn't it funny when you think about this as well? At the time of Advanced Warfare, MW2 was only like 5 years old. Which is just crazy to think about. Now it's what, 17? No, that's not right math. That's really bad math. I don't know. Somebody figure it out. But as you guys know, I actually want to test something real quick because we can spectate this, but I've actually never tried to get outside the map on this game. But this is where the Easter egg is at. Now, can you get on top of this roof like you can in the old one? You can indeed. It doesn't even take spectating. So I think this is kind of cool. Obviously, there's a bunch of hammers, and this is kind of Sledgehammer's calling card. Sledgehammer is the studio that made this game, and I believe they've done this on a number of other maps in World War II and in other things. But instead of it being teddy bears up here, since it's not, you know, Infinity Ward making this remaster, it is Sledgehammer. They just put a bunch of these up here. So again, a little cool nod to, you know, this. By the way, this map actually, it looks kind of weird almost. Like it's not as high up. And then there's just random cliff over here. Can we oh, you know what? Real quickly. Let me see if I can get over here real quick. Nope. I hit a wall, guys. I think it would be cool one day to go through all these and like see if you could like no clip on PC and try to get all the way out there. But again, it wasn't anything crazy. They kept a lot of the Easter eggs. Obviously, there's the side wall jump. There's this thing underneath. So they were very true to the OG remake, honestly. So maybe you didn't know this map got remastered in AW, but now you do. All right, so here we are on Black Ops 3, and what the heck is this class number one? Oh, look at the Kuda, man. Okay, I actually don't know how to spectate outside of the map of this game, but it's okay because this is technically inside of the map. Now, obviously, you can see Black Ops 3 was a little bit of a trippy Call of Duty, and if you look up, maybe some of you never noticed this, there is actually an entire map on this side of the map. I don't know what you want to call it. But this is actually the Call of Duty 2 map called Carrington. Look how trippy this is. Holy crap. And then you can like jump on the wall, but then you can't. Holy trip. It's got me tripping like crazy. What our goal now is, we're gonna go try to find this exact scene in Call of Duty 2. Now, some of you guys probably have no idea what this game even is. But there's always a select number of people in my videos that are like, playing Call of Duty 2, man. There's one person online. What do you want me to do? And let's go into Xbox Live private match. And we want to go into Carrington. Bada bing. A bada boom. And I think we can just start it. Can we start it? Or do we need two people? Waiting for more players. Tell me you can't just boot into a game. Okay, hold on. I know the answer. Hold on. Split screen. Hold on a second. I got another controller, guys. Split screen acquired. Map. Carrington. Start game. Okay, well, we're just going to pay attention to the bottom one for now. But here it is, guys. This is pretty much exactly where we were in BO3. This is Carrington. Can you, like, go through the walls and stuff? Wait, so you can spectate better in this game than you can in Black Ops 3. Now, how does that make sense? Well, I don't think we've ever done COD 4 Remastered in some of the videos. Now, especially the Out of Bounds video we did previously, we have not done that for. The first thing we want to do is actually, we're going to show you something that's out of the map, but you probably never noticed it. You can see it from inside of the map, but it actually is outside of the map. Does that make sense? I think it should in a couple seconds, but again, this is Beach Bog. This is kind of like a Summer Fest version of the game, of this map, which I think this version might be better than the OG one. I'm not going to lie. The summer style that they had, like the summer events in the old school Call of Duties were just, now I say old school Call of Duty. It's not old school Call of Duties. If you're going to notice something outside of the map here, there's actually a plane or an airplane giving like a message, kind of like you're at the beach, obviously. Haha. And then there's another one over here. So let me do a quick spawn in, and I'm going to take you with the sniper, and I'm going to take you on a little journey. This is actually probably one of the coolest ones in the game so far that we're going to go over. So if we zoom in, 50,000 people used to live here Now it's a ghost town. On the plane is carrying this message. And then obviously there's a second one over here, and this says the exact same thing. 50,000 people used to live here. Now it's a ghost town. Now that's something that you probably never noticed when you were playing beach ball, because why the heck would you look up in the clouds? And even if you look up, it's still really not noticeable until you like zoom in with this gun. So there's also one more thing that I want to explore. So we need to go to spectator mode. So the rumor actually has it, we probably could have done this from first person. It might have been better. We'll go back to it. Do you see that boat out there? Apparently this could be wet work from the obviously the multiplayer missions and one of the the first mission in the campaign, and then the multiplayer map itself. So let me actually try to get in here. Let me see. I should have just stayed in this view. I would really be shocked if this was wet work, but you never know. I don't know. I'll leave it up to your interpretation, guys. Is that wet work? Comment down below. Well, it is time for Call of Duty World War II, and of course we're on shipment 1944. This is, I feel like this version of shipment is very well received, and I also think it was kind of the one that pushed the boundaries of like always wanting shipment. I remember all my buddies playing shipment 1944, and you're probably like, T, what are you doing? Why aren't you starting the game? We actually have to wait until the game starts in the background. You can hear it ticking for us then to spectate. You can't just hit start, change team, go to spectating. They made you like wait until it went from black and white to color. So now we should be able to hit start, and we should have a free cam. So we are on shipment. And first of all, the background of this shipment is so cool to me. Like all this going on, but the real thing that we're really looking at is, you guys probably recognize this. This is the actual HQ. This is where you can do like your little emblem creation, and you would probably come down here and do like the little 1v1 pit, but instead it's now shipment. Now if we go up a little higher, you can see, look, a theater, you can see this. Now it doesn't look like there's a firing range in this one. It looks like it just has kind of the default area where I guess Howard is at, and obviously I don't even think it goes back as far as it does in the actual game. I so wish that you could get around this and deep dive a little bit more, but as you can see, this was kind of like the first Call of Duty 2, at least in my opinion, that I remember stuff being like moving on the outside of the map, like the trucks that are moving. In the sandbox map, there was a soldier walking around. I don't know if you guys ever noticed this, but you've been sitting. Oh, is that a sledgehammer? No, it's a grenade. That's a grenade. And it's a teddy bear, guys. And it's a teddy bear. Sledgehammer threw another teddy bear in there. Modern Warfare 3 and this one. But little did you know, you were in the HQ the entire time. Maybe this, the ground and the match, like the color grading and everything kind of threw it, like kind of gave it away a little bit, but I still think it's really cool. All right, I just want to just kind of see what's out here. Oh, I can go out this far? No. Anybody in the truck? There's no driver. Ladies and gentlemen, nobody is driving the trucks. See how far we can go. Can we see anything out here? But still, even a little small, like they're looping them out of the ship. I mean, obviously the soldiers in the back are not the best quality, but you know, hey, they were trying, and I appreciate the effort, man. MW19, you guys remember this map? This map is actually called Drainage. Now, I gotta make a quick side note on this one. First of all, this game looks absolutely fantastic. Is it 6 years ago now? Oh man, it was 2019, one is 2025. Holy crap, it's been 6 years. Okay, so second note is I've never ever done this before. So we're gonna change to spectating. And I believe all we need to do is go up, and we get to a certain skybox. We should see a little bit of a weird Easter egg. I think we're gonna hit a point where we can't get any higher. And when we do, we're gonna see something a little bit weird. Okay, we hitting it yet? Hold on. There it is. There it is. We have hit the top. And when you get to the top, you see a random person or soldier or something, a kid. I don't know what that is, but if you go lower, I believe if you go lower, let me double check on this. I think it goes away. Again, we don't really know what this is. Maybe it's just put in there on purpose. Maybe it's not, but it's out there, guys. If anybody knows, please let me know. Now, this is Moscow. Now, if you didn't play Cold War, I'll just run you quickly through it. You probably remember it here by this little area right here. This is the area that everybody knew. But the weird thing about this map is it's kind of big. And when I say it's big, it's very big. Like this could have been a battle royale map big. I'm just gonna go up for a couple seconds, just like we did with Modern Warfare 19, and show you. I mean, look at this. This legitimately might be the entire Russia. Like, this is unbelievable. Look how big this is. Why is it this big? I'm not entirely sure when the map is really not that big, but here we are. We got boats. We got stuff on the outside of the map. Now, obviously it's kind of sad that I don't think any of these cars are moving. No, I'm going to let that play for a little bit. Nope, nothing's moving on the outside of the map. I cannot believe that they have, like, these are why the file sizes of Call of Duty are so big. But yeah, guys, if you want to like a Google Maps view of Russia, here you go, guys. Well, here we are on Modern Warfare 3, and this was actually a DLC map that got added into the game later on, and this is called Checkpoint. And there's nothing really groundbreaking about this video. If you play Call of Duty at all, I think maybe many of you recognize, that's the word I'm looking for, this area, if you played this game at all in the last 5 years. Now, if we go to spectating, we're gonna be pretty quick with this, guys, because I think we know what's going on here, guys. This is Rebirth Island. And again, I know I'm not showing anything too secret here, but the fact that this entire Rebirth Island map is on this section of the game too. Like they didn't just like cut it off and make that where it performed better. They just said, hey, here's the entire Rebirth Island map as well. Now, obviously it's a little bit less detailed, but really not by much. And you can just browse this entire thing. You know, you can go to Grammys, you can go to prison, you can go just about control, bio. You just kind of keep on going. Now, like I said, it does look a little bit worse, but they have an entire Rebirth Island Warzone map in this little small, like the multiplayer map Checkpoint is like, I was gonna say shipment. It's not that small, but it's pretty small. The map's over there, guys. It's on the shore. I don't know why newer CODs do this so much. I'd love to figure out the answer to that. Well, here we are on our final game, Black Ops 6, and this is Warhead. Now, we have to have bots on this or the game ends when you're in spectating mode. I don't know why that is, but I just wanted to quickly go over. Do you remember when they had this cool Easter egg where you shot at this thing and it like blew up over time? It took like 1,000 bullets, but that is not what we're referring to in this video. What we're referring to in this video is we got to go up a little bit. And as you can see, if we leave this, Warhead is kind of connected to a map that many of you would recognize. Now, this is not Nuketown, guys. I'm just kidding. It's Nuketown. I was trying to act like it wasn't. As you can see, now they didn't put as much detail in like this compared to the other games, but yes, Nuketown can be spotted in the distance. And as you can see, there's a clock. And there is also the nuke that gets dropped that we saw in Black Ops 1. And so there's this one, which seems to be the original Nuketown. And there's also, I believe, a couple other ones out here. So let's go do a little exploring. I don't know if they're exactly the same or if they're a little bit different. I'm getting a little frame rate issue here. We might be glitching this game completely. Yeah, it's multiple Nuketowns with the exact same setup. I'm assuming different test sites, greenhouse, yellow house, a bunch of frame rate here, but we're probably not supposed to be out here with an Xbox, but we are. Now, I'll just go investigate this real quick. We'll cut over to it just so we triple check our work to make sure they're all the same. Yeah, these ones look a little bit worse, I would say. So Warhead actually has Nuketown in it 3 different times. There might be one out there too, maybe 4. But just know, if you're playing Warhead, you're in the same realm in the same area as Nuketown, which I think is kind of cool. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. That is out of bounds, 200% to be exact, in every single Call of Duty. I always have a blast making these videos. You guys enjoyed the first one, so I wanted to make a sequel to it. And if you enjoyed this one, maybe we'll go 300% out of bounds. But glad you guys are enjoying the content. Make sure you subscribe. We got more videos like this, more gameplays are going to come back soon enough, and we're working on some documentary style videos as well, because I really do enjoy those. They take a lot of work and a lot of energy and scripting. So I know you guys liked the last one of me talking about Black Ops 7. So anyway, appreciate the support. Again, leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new. If you want to watch another video or the first one of this, go click over there. I'll see you in the next one.